Okay, guys, I didn't know if you all had seen this. It's like just happening. I think it happened at like 6 o'clock. Wow. I'm almost speechless.
And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. Live picture there in Philadelphia. We do have some breaking news there in the city of brotherly love. I want to put this tweet up from our colleague there at Fox 29. Reporter Chris O'Connell, he says there have been several reports of a plane crash into a building in northeast Philadelphia. They are sending rappel here. You can see Steve Keeley shooting this video from his cell phone. He says bulletin airplane crash there on Roosevelt Boulevard. He says fires burning in multiple spots on Cottman Avenue. He says pieces of airplane.
All right, guys, they are going to show this plane crash. This is a doorbell cam that someone captured it actually crashing, and it is wow. Where you want to look at is over here on this section of the picture.
Scattered there on the ground. Jason Martinez with this video saying this is being described as a plane crash in the area of Bustleton and Cottman Avenues in northeast Philly. That's a doorbell camera provided by a viewer there to Fox 29. Yes. Let's take it full here. Look at that. And you see the nighttime sky light up in orange. Wow.
Did you see it just drop?
In the meantime here, Fox 29 in Philadelphia is in breaking news coverage of this. Let's listen.
This is Jason Martinez here in the Fox 29 newsroom. You were looking.
I'm blown away because it looks like it's doing a nosedive. And I'm just seeing this, like we just seen this. I'm still processing it. If I'm mistaken, y'all let me know. It looks like it's doing a nosedive, like it just and it's hit like near a mall area, and they're going to talk about that in a second. But I'm blown away.
Looking at what's being described as a plane crash in northeast Philadelphia. This is doorbell camera provided by a viewer. Left of your screen, you saw the fireball come out of the sky. Again, this is being described to us as a plane crash northeast Philadelphia in the area of Bustleton and Cottman Avenues. You saw the left of your screen, the fireball come right out. Take another closer look there. And so this just happening here in the last...
Was it on fire before it actually hit and exploded?
20 minutes or so. Again, northeast Philadelphia. I believe we have Steve Keeley in the area on the phone. Steve, what can you tell us? Do we have Steve? We do not appear to have Steve at the moment. As soon as we get him, we'll bring it to you. But again, viewer-provided video from a doorbell camera in northeast Philadelphia showing a fireball fall out of the sky. Of course, the northeast Philly airport, just less than a mile away from this location. And so a lot of viewers have been calling our newsroom and telling us that they believe this was a plane crash in this area of Bustleton and Cottman. But this doorbell camera video makes you question exactly what we're seeing. Here's a closer look. And really, I can only...
Man, it went down. It went down so fast. Like, that was at high speeds, like, just straight down. And, like, this is the mall area. Like, it hit here in this mall area, and there's pieces of the plane everywhere.
Describe that as a fireball that falls out of the sky. And, again, this is Roosevelt Mall, I believe, the parking lot in northeast Philly.
And that's what I was thinking, that it was already on fire as it hit the ground. That's what it looked like to me, and it was just spiraling straight down like in a nosedive. And he just said, this is, I think you said Roosevelt Mall. I talked over it, sorry.
Philly falls out of the sky. And again, this is Roosevelt Mall, I believe, the parking lot in northeast Philly. And this is ground video that we're just getting in. You're seeing it as I'm seeing it. Police taping the area off, smoke and debris in this area. And this, of course, all happening as we are still sorting through a plane crash that happened in D.C. No word on the size of the plane that crashed, what caused it. We are just learning this. There's some...
Now, he says that, but I saw somewhere that it did say it was a small plane. I don't know what kind of plane. It was a small plane. 6 not survived. I don't know if that's... Okay, I want to say I don't know if that's all that was in there just because I haven't heard. It's not been official, but I imagine that's all that was in there because I can't imagine anybody surviving that. That was so horrible.
Stay back here. I'm gonna.
Okay, now we have Steve. Steve, if you can hear me, what can you tell us?
Jason, I was just warned. I'm fairly close. I was nearby. This happened at 6 o'clock. I got it confirmed by 6:13 and 6:14. And then a top commander in the department told me his house shook. He called the bomb squad, and they told him a plane had crashed. Then lots of calls came in. I was nearby. I saw everybody racing over here. I raced with them. I'm looking at 2 fires going right now on Cottman Avenue. I'm standing in one of the driveways to the Roosevelt Mall. As I ran over here, I parked in the McDonald's at Cottman and the Boulevard. I wondered what I was tripping over, and it was pieces of an airplane scattered in the mall parking lot. They then began roping that off, and the heavy smell of jet fuel is in the air and has been in the air. There is still black smoke. The fires are not under control, and then an officer just told me to take cover behind the police and fire vehicle on there because there's a gas line nearby.
Oh,
Another
wow.
commander
It could
told
get
me
worse.
cars were on fire. This was in rush hour. I know it because I was just on Cottman Avenue.
So if only 6 didn't survive from the plane, I wonder if there's been anybody hurt that was like at the mall or in that area.
Probably.
That's horrible.
Seconds before this, approaching the boulevard, and when this plane crashed. So it was wall-to-wall cars approaching Cottman and the boulevard, so people were stopped in traffic. I don't know if cars are on fire in front of me or parts of the plane, but it looks like multiple fires, and the fires are not right next to each other. They're a good 100 yards from each other, so there is a string of damage and a string of fires. This mall is under some kind of construction, so they have a tarp around about a 6-foot-tall tent. Every police officer, every fire department member in the city must be up here right now, and there's still more coming on the way. There is so much smoke in the air going right over the mall right here, and this mall was packed too. They had to move all the people back for their own good, and the air quality is not good for them, but everybody was out here. Now I can see one car I'm looking through the fence station. I'm looking down in front of the Dunkin' Donuts on Cottman, and again, this is right before the boulevard. Right in front of the Dunkin' Donuts, it looks like an SUV is on fire, and the flames are all through the street. And there's so many fires here, and the fire department's also trying to worry about that gas line that's in danger. Now I'm counting the fires, Jason. 1, 2, 3, 4 fires I can see right here, all spread out along Cottman Avenue right now.
Steve,
I can't see what's burning.
Steve, we are looking at viewer doorbell camera of what looks like just a fireball falling out of the sky, and as this plane hits the ground, just flames just immense, and we see a shot now on the ground. We see looks like some cars are on fire here. You say you smell jet fuel?
Yeah, I can still smell it. There's a smell of fuel in the air, a heavy smell. And if they're reporting a fireball falling out of the sky, the parts of the airplane I saw were not burned. And again, we're near Northeast Philly Airport. It would be an unreal coincidence if there was another mid-air collision here. I don't know, but and I didn't see any fireball in the sky.
I don't know why he would say that. I've not seen anything about no mid-air collision, and I've not seen it. It looked like one plane, and it didn't show it hit another plane or anything ahead of time. It could have hit some birds, I guess. But plane crashes happen all the time. We don't hear about them because they don't have this kind of impact. But for the fact of where it crashed into and where it landed, and now it's causing all this damage afterwards, I mean, it's bigger news. And because of the crash that just happened 2 days ago, it's bigger news. But this is crazy.
Because I haven't seen that video yet. I'm only on the phone here with you. But the parts of the airplane
And I could be wrong. I mean, that's a reporter. He could know more than I know.
I saw did not have any burn marks on them. And again, I'm just trampling over them. And in the first video I sent in
It is interesting
and put on,
times.
I'm tripping over the airplane parts before I realize what I'm tripping on. And then an officer says, hey, this is a debris field here from the airplane. And that's it. So we don't know what happened. We just know that an airplane crashed here somehow. And there's parts of the airplane long before where the fires are burning. They're in the Roosevelt Mall parking lot in front of the T-Mobile store and that is a good 200, 300, 400 yards from where I'm looking
It
at a
fell out
fire
the
burning
sky.
right now outside the driveway of the Roosevelt
I kinda
Mall.
think it was on fire
So
before
who
it fell
knows
out the
what
sky.
happened? I'm sure police don't know
I
what
don't know
happened. They're
what
just trying to
could cause
rescue
it to catch
people. We don't know
fire,
how many people
some kind of
were in cars
malfunction,
here,
hitting,
and their lives were in
a
danger as
bird or
well. So
something.
this is ongoing, and now the smoke. I'm trying to get out of the smoke
I
has
would think if it
adjusted.
hit
I'm trying to
another
move so I can
plane,
breathe and see
that
here,
would've been
Jason.
seen too. I'm
But
not
the
sure.
smoke is now
No.
shifting all different ways. Wow.
It sounds like the debris.
I said that, but the doorbell cam kind of shows it after it's in free fall, so we don't have a wider area to look. Maybe it did hit something and we just can't see it because of the angle of the doorbell cam.
Field is at least a couple of blocks wide, and as you said, it would be, you've got the Northeast Philly Airport not too
Couple
far
of
away. How
blocks
far is the
wide.
Northeast Philly Airport from you, from where you're standing?
One other thing, Jason, I'm hearing minor explosions now. When I got here, I was hearing explosions. I don't know if they were gas tanks or car tires that blow up when they're burning on fire as well. The Northeast Philly Airport is very close to here. In fact, when you're up here at Cottman and the Boulevard, you'll see the planes
horrible.
coming and going, and that is a very busy airport. Smaller jets, but jets and helicopters and everything is flying out of the Northeast Philly Airport. So it's not like one of those Jersey Shore airports where you see a plane.
All right, guys, I'm not going to stay on here. I just wanted to bring this to you in case you haven't seen it. You can look it up on some other channels. This is actually coming from Fox Philadelphia 29, Fox 29 Philadelphia YouTube page. If you want to look them up, their coverage is ongoing. I'm just going to leave it at that. And it's horrible. It will really leave you speechless. My heart goes out to all the family members. Hey, thanks for joining me. See you next time.